welcome to the Chef's Kitchen. I'm your host, Nicole Gaffney, and we're here today with Wanamaker Entertainment Group, the official partner of Comcast Sportsnet. And we've also got Chef Mike Joyce here from Molinari's.
Hello.
Thanks for being with us.
Oh, my pleasure.
So what are we making today?
So we're making a roasted mushroom arancini with sweet peas.
Very nice. Let's get started.
Wonderful. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to soak we have some dried porcinis and we have some fresh roasted mushrooms. We want to soak these guys really quick with a little boiling water.
Okay. Get them rehydrated?
Yeah. And it's going to create this great liquid that we're going to use later in the risotto itself.
Nice. You can use that almost in place of stock.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, it adds a great like umami flavor to things.
Yeah. Really kind of spreads that mushroom flavor throughout.
So we're going to start with, so we actually have, you could use chicken stock or meat stock or anything you really want, but we have a really awesome vegetarian mushroom stock, which has great flavor. It's a great way to use all your leftover stems or any mushrooms that you have around the house. So I'm just going to melt a little butter.
Okay.
And we're just going to start with a little white onion. That's really going to form the base along with the dry porcinis and our roasted mushrooms for that risotto itself.
Okay. You do garlic in here as well, or just straight onion?
Just onion. It's one of those things, I found a lot of Italians, they won't use onion or garlic at the same time. It's either one or the other.
Interesting.
So for the risotto, I always just use a little bit of onion.
And you spent a lot of time in Italy, I understand.
Yeah, 3 different times I traveled over there, spent a lot of time with family and just kind of backpacking through the country, kind of exploring and tasting all the food.
Oh, I bet you tasted amazing food while you were there.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Now, it's really almost impossible to find fresh porcinis in this country.
They do grow, they actually grow in this area. Pennsylvania's a great state for mushrooms. And I have a mushroom forager that occasionally she will find porcinis around here, which is wonderful.
That is.
But dried is a great mushroom because they're a little more affordable. They're shelf stable. You can just kind of have them around the house to kind of throw one or two in a soup or in a stock, and it really kind of just makes a great flavor.
It really does.
So we're just gonna add these guys right to our risotto.
Nice.
You just want to toast it for a few minutes until then it's got a little bit of color. A lot of times risotto is made with arborio rice. I chose carnelloni. It's called the king of rice. It's a more of a medium grain rice. It's got more starch than, say, an arborio.
Okay.
And it holds up better to cooking. So it's going to be great for these arancini. It's going to really hold up, make it really creamy.
Make them all kind of stick together.
Yeah.
Arancini is Sicilian, correct?
Yes.
Now, what exactly is the difference between arancini and supli, which is another fried rice?
It's all regional.
Okay.
Supli comes from it's a Roman dish, where arancini is a Sicilian dish. And they're made all over the country, all different kinds of fillings. And they're great because you can add anything to them. You can make them, with a meat base, or, this one's gonna be vegetarian. And the combinations are endless. You can add anything you want to.
It's a blank canvas. Yeah. And what kind of mushrooms do we have here?
So it's a mix of, there's oyster, maitake, shiitake, and I think cremini in there too.
All right. And if you're not able to get all those different mushrooms, can you substitute?
Yeah, I mean, any mushroom's gonna be fine. White mushrooms,
just a button mushroom
portobellos, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Those are super easy to find for anyone.
Yeah.
So you're kind of toasting up the rice here?
Yep, we want to toast the rice because you want to start to break the outside layer of the rice. It's going to help release that starch really slowly, which is what's going to give us that really creamy risotto.
It's a very important step.
It's critical.
So don't skip this.
Yeah. You just want to toast it for about 5 minutes until you really kind of start to smell the rice. You want to toast it a little bit, and that's just going to it's going to crack that outside shell.
It smells great already. And this recipe can be found in the June issue of Lehigh Valley Style magazine, correct?
Yes.
And along with 2 others?
Yes.
Very nice. I'll definitely be making this one.
Call now for these events and more at 215-568-2400 or shop 24/7 at wanatix.com. Wanamaker Entertainment Group. We are the guy. Call now for these events and more at 215-568-2400 or shop 24/7 at wanatix.com. Wanamaker Entertainment Group. We are the guy.
And then we just have a little bit of white wine.
All right.
That's funny. Whenever you cook with an Italian, they always say 1 glass of white wine. And I never really understood that until you actually see them. They actually pour it out of the glass, and it's just the way they do things.
Love it.
With the risotto, the critical thing is just constantly cooking or stirring it.
Yep.
It's going to help that slow release of the starch, which is what's going to yield that really creamy risotto. All the wine's wrapping it off, and we're just going to start adding our stock in small additions.
Great color on that stock. You can tell it's really flavorful.
It's amazing. This is made pretty much, there's a little bit dry porcini in there, but it's mostly just mushroom stems.
Yeah.
So it's something that most people just throw out, but
Right.
it's got an incredible, use to it.
Great way to use up everything.
I have a fresh bay leaf here, which is just one of my favorite ingredients. It just kind of just adds a little herbalness to the dish without being too overpowering.
Nice.
So this takes about 20 minutes. Risotto differs from making other kinds of rice because it's all about that slow addition of liquid.
Right.
It's a labor of love because you have
Yes.
to stand at the stove, and it's part of this is a great dish that when you're entertaining, people are in the kitchen, you're talking. It doesn't require a lot of attention.
Right.
But you're just constantly stirring,
baby
kind of
it.
watching it, and just it's really hard to screw up.
That's good. We like dishes like that.
The risotto, especially the cannelloni rice, it's really resilient. So it needs a lot of cooking, and it's forgiving.
Paul Conaway here, Chairman and CEO of Wanamaker Entertainment Group. How are you?
Great, how you doing?
Great, thanks for being with us today. So tell us a little bit about Wanamaker.
Well, Wanamaker is located in Center City, Philadelphia. We provide sports theater concert tickets to all events.
Great. All throughout Philadelphia?
Through Philadelphia and all over the country.
All over the country. How long have you been in business?
We've been in business since 1957.
Wow, so a really long time. You guys must know what you're doing.
Yeah, I like to think we do. Yeah, we've been doing it for a while.
So can you get tickets to pretty much any concert that I want to see, big or small?
Yeah, we're never sold out.
Okay.
The best way to do it is to place a advanced reservation.
What's that mean?
Well, when you hear of a tour going on sale, you call the office and you put in how many tickets you need, and we'll have them ready for you.
That's great, so you don't have a chance of missing out.
Exactly.
And can I get great seats? I mean, front row, best of the best?
You can get the best of the best, or you get club boxes, or anything that you like, or
Nice.
whatever price point you're looking for.
Even if it's for Beyonce,
Even for Beyonce,
Lady Gaga,
anybody. Super Bowl, World Series.
Get out, really?
Yeah, we even provide VIP parking. We try to always offer VIP parking so it's close to your seat, so you can get into the venue easily and get out of the venue easily.
Fantastic. That sounds right up my alley. Now tell me about 2300, your new project that you have.
Yeah, it's great. It's a new venue that we've started. It's in South Philadelphia. We have professional wrestling, MMA, comedy,
Awesome.
concerts, and we're opening a fabulous new restaurant there.
Oh, wonderful. Is there any sort of concept for the restaurant?
Well, we're kind of keeping it a secret right now.
Oh.
It's going to be very, very interesting.
Well, I very much look forward to hearing all about it when you are able to release the secret.
Yeah, very soon.
Great. Well, you're going to join us back here when we taste in a little bit, correct?
Yes, I am.
Looking
Thank you very
forward
much.
to that too. All right, we'll see you then.
Thanks.
Paul. How are we doing over here?
So right now we're about 3/4 through. So at this point we're gonna take our roasted mushrooms. We're gonna add those in.
Now, why do you add them at this point? Any particular reason?
No, so they're already cooked. We don't want. I mean, mushrooms also are pretty resilient, but we want them to have their integrity still by the end of the cooking process. So about
right.
halfway through, we're gonna add that. We'll also add a little of our porcini water here.
Nice. You have to be careful though, because sometimes there's a little grit on the bottom.
Yeah, a little bit. We're also gonna season this too, which is really critical.
Very important.
All throughout the process. A little fresh pepper. And just a little fine sea salt.
And it's really important to layer the seasoning, isn't it?
Yes, it's if you season right at the end, all you're doing is you're seasoning the outside of the rice.
Right, so just stay salty.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you're seasoning in the beginning, halfway through, really kind of cook it into the rice.
And it helps to bring out all those beautiful mushroomy flavors.
Yeah, you can see it. Just the color. It's a beautiful color.
Yeah.
Gets a great earthiness.
Very earthy. It's a great word for it.
Which we kind of I love mushrooms, so we kind of paired the mushrooms with two other things. We got a fresh black truffle. Right now it's in the summer, so summer truffles from Italy are great. A little
Great.
more affordable than the traditional white truffles or black truffles from France.
That's good to know.
Then also I brought a little black garlic pesto.
Really? Let's talk about that.
So black garlic is a really cool ingredient. It's an Asian staple that now a company in California is making themselves, and it's just garlic that's fermented at a very particular temperature and humidity for about 3 months. And what you get is these black cloves that are just really unique. They kind of like have this flavor similar to molasses or balsamic.
Yeah, really, really deep.
Really unique.
And they're tangy a little bit
Yeah,
too, right?
I mean, it's definitely. It's kind of like roasted garlic
yeah.
taken to a new level.
On
I mean, you get
steroids.
these beautiful, beautiful black cloves. So we just made a pesto, very easily, kind of like a traditional pesto, with pine nuts, Parmesan,
Any
the
herbs?
black garlic, no herbs,
Okay.
a little truffle, and then olive oil, and that's this right here.
Nice.
And it's just it's a great way to add a really deep flavor to sauces or, risottos, anything like that. You kind of throw it in a pasta.
Color too.
Yeah. So we'll just kind of we'll make a little quick sauce with that to go with the arancini.
Great.
Call now for these events and more at 215-568-2400 or shop 24/7 at Wanatix.com. Wanamaker Entertainment Group. We are the guy. Call now for these events and more at 215-568-2400 or shop 24/7 at Wanatix.com. Wanamaker Entertainment Group. We are the guy.
So this is traditionally used with the leftover rice, so it'd be cold. So if you're making the arancini the day of, you want to make sure you you cool this down completely before you start forming the balls themselves.
So it needs some time to sort of rest
Yeah.
and set up.
I mean, ideally, this is kind of like a 1 or 2 day product. You make the rice the one day,
Right.
let it cool in the fridge, come back the next day, and then make the actual risotto balls.
You could even kind of split that in half and maybe serve the risotto, finish it with some butter and
Exactly.
and cheese,
It's
and then
it's
take
a
the
great
rest.
2-meal
Yeah.
kind of thing. I mean,
I love meals like that.
Yeah. That's pretty much done. So we're gonna let that,
Cool.
we're gonna take a sheet pan and just kind of dump that out.
So you want to spread it in an even layer.
Yeah.
And that's going to help it cool down a lot faster, huh?
Exactly. So just gonna let that cool.
Do you find it works better when you do it the day before and it has a chance to really
Yeah,
chill in
it
the
really
fridge?
definitely needs to sit up for a little while.
Yeah.
We have a batch right here that's already cool. To finish that, we're gonna add some beautiful fresh English peas.
So nice this time of year, too.
Yeah, it's just end of spring, early summer. They're just beautiful.
They really are. They add
little-
such a great pop of color to that brown.
And we just have a little chopped parsley.
Pretty classic for an arancini, the peas and
it's one of those classic, arancini flavors.
yep.
A little Parmesan, and then we just have we have 1 egg right here.
That's it for this whole thing?
Yeah. You
All
don't
you
want too
need?
much egg. It's 1 egg, just kind of, it helps bind it a little bit. It gives it a little bit of creaminess.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to mix it up.
Yum, I can smell the cheese. You're kind of mushing it all together so you can really pack it in the
Yeah.
balls.
And then
Great.
another thing that we have, so the key to arancini is a cheesy middle. So we actually have
Yes.
some really nice Buffalo Mozzarella
Beautiful.
that we're just going to kind of dice up and then stuff inside the balls themselves.
Great.
And this is just wonderful cheese. It's just it's unique.
I'm gonna take a piece.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So tell me about the restaurant. Is this something you always have on the menu?
Not always, but it's a great thing. We're a very seasonally driven restaurant. So arancini are great because depending on the type of year, it could be mushrooms in the winter, the peas in the summer, really anything you wanted to, depending
Right.
on what you had available at that time of year. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this.
I hear you have great pizzas over there too.
We do. We have a Neapolitan wood-fired
Oh, nice.
pizza. So we have these pizzas that cook in about 2 minutes.
Yeah,
at
how
900
hot's
degrees.
that thing?
900 degrees.
Yeah, it's
so
pretty hot.
we'll take 1 ball.
Okay,
We're just gonna stuff a piece of rice in the middle.
easy enough.
This is one of those dishes where you have to get your hands right in it, and
It's fun. You could even get
Yeah.
the kids involved in this.
it would be a great job for the kids.
Put them to
so.
work, right?
We have a little breading station here. We're just gonna roll in a little bit of flour. The flour is gonna help the egg adhere to the arancini, which is then gonna help the
Right, because otherwise it would be too wet. It would slide right off.
yeah. And that's it.
And anyone can find this recipe in the June issue of Lehigh Valley Style.
And then we just have a little pot of oil here. If
What
you
kind
have
of oil?
This is just canola oil.
Okay.
It's a great all-purpose oil that's got a good smoke temperature. You can heat it up, you can fry in it.
Great.
Kind of neutral flavored.
What kind of temperature?
So we're looking for about 350.
All right.
And it's also great to once you make these, to have these in the fridge and kind of really kind of cool down a little bit.
After they've been breaded?
Yeah.
Okay.
It helps that breading stay on a little better, and it just yield a better result.
Sure.
So like any kind of frying, you just want to be really careful.
Yes.
You always want to have a deep pot, in comparison to how much oil you have, because the oil is going to rise a little bit. So you want to
Yes.
make sure you have a deep enough pot. This is just a candy thermometer, which you can buy. That really is really helpful in telling you what temperature you want, because you're aiming for 350.
Great tip.
So.
It's very important to keep the oil at a consistent temperature, right? Otherwise, it could be too hot, too cold, and they won't fry correctly.
So you just want to kind of just drop these guys in, just a couple at a time. And they're going to fry for about 5 minutes until they're nice and golden brown.
Great.
While those fry, we'll kind of finish the sauce here. So again, this is the black garlic pesto that we made with the black garlic, some toasted pine nuts, a little Parmesan, and olive oil, kind of like a traditional pesto,
Sure.
minus the herbs, just a little different. And this is just a little homemade mayonnaise that I made. Basic mayonnaise. You can use a good store-bought mayonnaise.
Sure.
You can make your own.
Love the color on that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
So,
And this is an appetizer?
Yep, this would be an appetizer.
Okay.
You know, it's great for like a party. It's just pretty easy to prepare.
It's great because you can get the arancini really, you know, made ahead of time.
Yeah, the day of, you fry them to order, and it's it's really simple.
And this recipe can be found in the June issue of Lehigh Valley Style magazine.
We also have, again with the black garlic and the mushrooms, balsamic goes really great with it. It's the same kind of flavor. We're just got a little balsamic to this.
Nice. Nice little pop of acidity.
Yeah.
A little sweetness too. Love the aged stuff. You see how thick it is.
And again, it's that the molassy kind of quality that the black garlic has.
Love that color. It's like chocolate.
So we just want to kind of check our arancini. They're frying up nicely.
Great.
Call now for these events and more at 215-568-2400 or shop 24/7 at wanatix.com. Wanamaker Entertainment Group. We are the guy. Call now for these events and more at 215-568-2400 or shop 24/7 at wanatix.com. Wanamaker Entertainment Group. We are the guy.
Any other dipping sauces that you like to serve with this?
You could just do a straight red sauce marinara is great. You could, it's limitless. It all depends on what ingredient you're using in the arancini themselves. But there's so many things you could add to it. But the traditional is like a meat ragu or a red sauce is their traditional.
Oh yeah, they're getting nice color.
Yeah. Like in about 5 minutes. You just want to get that nice golden brown. And it's key. You want that cheese to really melt to the inside.
Yeah.
And that's the key
key.
to a good arancini.
Nice.
It's good to have a good landing zone for if you're frying anything. Paper towel,
yeah.
a side towel, just to kind of catch some of that extra oil.
It's good to have that set up ahead of time too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're ready to take them out
You
of
always
the oil
want to make
and
sure
you're panicking.
whenever you're frying, have everything you need
Yep.
set up and ready to go. And the next grill step, you always want to season when it comes out of the fryer.
So then it kind of absorbs.
Yeah, so it's a little salt, a little pepper,
Very nice.
and then real simple. This is the beauty of these kind of things. It's not fancy. And then we're just gonna grate some cheese on top of these.
As if we didn't have enough already.
Yeah, it's the Italian way.
Exactly. Looks nice too. It's like snow on top.
And then, if you want to go that extra mile, the fresh truffle.
I'm not going to stop you.
It's always just kind of fun.
I can smell that once it hits those hot arancini.
And then a little parsley, and that's it. And that's just it's great for a party, entertaining. It's a wonderful thing to have around.
Looks delicious. Bring these over to the table and get ready to taste. This looks delicious, Chef. We've got a nice Chardonnay to pair with it.
Hi,
Hello,
Nicole. Hi,
welcome
Mike.
back.
Hello.
Pam Deller, publisher of Lehigh Valley Style magazine, and also Paul Conaway of Wanamaker Entertainment Group. Please have a glass of wine.
Oh, thank
Excuse
you.
me. Chef,
Thank you.
of course.
It smells delicious.
Make a
Mike.
toast.
So,
Thank you.
yum. I
Maybe
can't
dig
wait.
in?
Dig in, please.
Let's do it.
It's finger food.
Is it finger food?
I'm just going right
Oh,
for
man.
it. Oh, look at the truffle on top. Let's see.
This is going to be, this is not going to be easy,
Yeah,
is it?
look at that cheese. Oh, be
That's-
careful, they look hot. Get on in there, Paul.
I'm not bashful.
No need to be here.
Mike, that's incredible.
Thank you.
That's great.
I was in the restaurant the other week and had an amazing meal. Thank you. Love going in there. There's always someone from the Molinari family in there, and you can tell
No,
there's a
it's-
lot of
it's-
love in
it's-
that
it's-
restaurant. You
it
really
is
can tell that.
it's a family experience. The Molinaris are great. Anna runs the front of the house, and she does a wonderful job. You really are coming to their home, and it's a
Yes.
wonderful thing.
Well, and definitely, I mean, our readers feel that too. when you first opened, or shortly after you opened, the restaurant was named favorite new restaurant by the readers of Lehigh Valley Style, and it's also been named favorite Italian.
No, that was
our readers are never wrong.
that was big for us. It was, we felt like we had finally got there when that happened. So.
Well, great. Well, we're glad to have you in town. We're glad to have Wanamaker Entertainment Group in town, too. Two things our readers love, food and entertainment. So it's a nice marriage of both. I know you are doing a lot of sporting events, tickets for sporting events. I know our readers love that, too.
Well, yeah, in the summertime here, we have, Philly's in town, Philly's back in play, so there's a lot going on. So, we're excited to be here.
Great. Glad to have you. My hands
Let's
are
say cheers
full,
one
but
more
I'm gonna
time.
say cheers.
Thank you again
Cheers.
so much, all of you, to being here.
And thanks for sharing the recipe with the readers of Lehigh Valley Style and in the chef's kitchen.
Can't wait to come in and try more of these.
Thank you.
Those 6 seats? You have them? That's what I want. Great. Hey, I got the club box seats with VIP parking. Impossible, right? I know a guy.
Wow, these are great. How'd you swing these?
I know a guy. Check it out. He gets me everything from Broadway shows, sold-out concerts, even reservations to Joe's favorite restaurant.
The guy.
To the guy.
Wanamaker Entertainment Group. We are the guy. Call 215-568-2400. Call today. We are never sold out.